Hello, today is Sunday. It actually is March 9th today, where we spring forward. Not yesterday, where I kind of jumped the gun. Chemo round 3, day 4. Springing forward early. That's okay. I'll get through it. Feel pretty good. Time for a new hat. This one I have a lovely painter's hat. You can see that from a European tour my old team went on after I graduated. And it brings me back to a little story on how life has bumps and you handle them, and things go on and they're quite wonderful anyway. Because that's really where my head is at right now as I look forward. And I'll fill you in a little bit on the details. Back when I was growing up, I had my kind of set on following my mom's family to the military academies and a career in the military. Most likely, towards the end, was leaning towards West Point, where I would be the third Henry, following my grandfather and my uncle to go to West Point and graduate and have a career in the Army. In the mid-'70s, just as I was getting organized on how to apply to colleges and think about it, there was an honor code scandal at West Point. And my grandfather pointed out that morale was very bad among the cadet corps. The conditions weren't good for someone that had the appreciation of West Point that I had going in. Someone said, probably be very disappointed if I went there. And he recommended I go to the best school I could get into and then circle around and do the officer candidate school once I graduated. So Yale, sure, good school. Had a great time at Yale. Was able to play soccer for 4 years. The third year, I managed to injure my leg, and that made it a bit of a bumpy season, and it was a little better the senior year, but still a little bit bumpy because of the injuries. But I made it through, graduated, had a great time. Then immediately went to the recruiter, did all the test stuff, everything was great until I got to the intake physical, and they said, yeah, no, this isn't happening. You're not going to be in the Army. So at that point, I was quite fortunate that along the way, this whole time, my mom had taught me how to code. And this was the early 80s, and the software industry was about to boom for the first time, really big. So I was able to get a career started there, which I've enjoyed for the past 45 years. So it worked out nicely. A couple adjustments going on. Everything worked out great. And that will be important going forward because, I'm going to go through some surgery, and there are going to be some adjustments ahead. So real quick, let's take a look at the status of things as they are today. I feel really good. I have the extreme cold sensitivity, which is why I have this coat on, from the chemo. Feet, hands, a little around my nose. If I drink water that's cool, my throat will get the tingles and all. It's uncomfortable, but I know how to deal with it as long as I'm paying attention. So that's working out well. I'll get through it all. And everything else looks great. I didn't need any iron or white blood cell supplements this past round. So all the blood work and everything's looking good. So I'm kind of positive going through this. And the life side, external life, our buddy Lou Lobster did find me a really good lawyer. So that person is taking care of the electric utility and all that mess. So I don't have to worry about that. And then, of course, Tony the Tent from last week is giving me that Coach Gans stare. So I went out and got on the rowing machine this morning. Figure after 4 weeks, I can really do myself a lot of good in 4 weeks to get my core in the best shape possible to get through the surgery and then recover after. So that's very positive. Looking forward to that. And then sort of the last piece is trying to think about how I'm going to eat, because at best, I'll have a much smaller fuel tank, much smaller stomach than before, and possibly not one at all. That's an adjustment. And I hear my brother, the cancer doctor, say, well, you got to start thinking about nutrient density. And my nieces say, well, you really should do smoothies. I don't know about any of this, but I figure we'll start working on it. We work together. We'll find a way to make it work out, and it will be both good fuel, so I'll be able to keep operating at good efficiency and be happy, and it will taste good. And can't ask for much more than that. More hats tomorrow. Thank you.